Trump working out immigration plans, pushing for large scale deportations. I mean, I already, even if my simple behind can figure this shit ain't gonna work out, man, listen, I don't know what experts he has on his team. I don't care. Even when I was in the military, I didn't care if you outrank me. If something didn't sound right or we got an emergency response, I'm like, hey, I don't think we can do that, sir. And this is the reason why. I'm not gonna be afraid to tell somebody no. So I don't know if it's just fear of working for him, but I'm like, dog, this shit ain't gonna work, man. He's just gonna have his old ass is just gonna have to get mad at me. I'm like, man, it's not gonna work. I already tried to explain, like, as far as the military stuff goes, we don't just have military members sitting around waiting to just be put on the roundup group. Everybody in the military has a job. You know, everyone ain't just out marching around just waiting for that call. No, they got jobs. Your guard and your reserve, they got regular jobs. You're gonna take people away from their jobs to be on this roundup group, and then he talking about the countries that don't take the deportees back. We're gonna hit them with tariffs, which is gonna continue to drive the price up, which is just completely idiotic. Maybe I should have gotten to politics, man. I'd be on Capitol Hill right now fighting for you guys. But then again, I don't know, man. We'll see, man. I've been looking, I've been getting some job offers to come back to the States, but man, I just don't know if I can come back to the States, guys. I'm sorry, man. I do be thinking about it though, because I'll be making a lot of money, but I'm just like, man, I love the way I'm living. I just, all right, let's see. Trump's team working on immigration plan, pushing for large scale deportations. All right. Well, let's see how this works out. When I watched it this morning, I immediately thought of you and Torian discussing it in live. Yeah, see, Torian, he's for like the deportation. Me, hey man, I personally don't care. Even when I lived in the States, I just didn't care. No illegal is ever doing a job that I ever wanted to do. There's never been like I've seen some illegals like, damn, I want to do that job. So for me, they doing the jobs that we ain't taking. Like the healthcare and stuff, yeah, I don't agree with that or anything. But I mean, I personally don't give a damn. America was built off of immigrants. Hell, America is nothing but immigrants. Unless you're a Native American, then you're an immigrant. There's nothing else you can say about it. If you're white in America, you're an immigrant. If you're black, I know people gonna say, "Well, no, black people were here first." And then the Native Americans, they were Africans, and they came over. By the time they got here, their skins became bronze because of the skin. I mean, not because of the skin, but because of the terrain that they were in and the environment they were in, and their bodies began to adapt to that. They became Native Americans, but technically they're black, they're Africans like everyone else. But that's just going all the way back. But yeah, if you're in America, yeah, you're an immigrant. That means Donald Trump, your wife got to go back because she wasn't born in the States. You talk about you don't want to be naturalized by marriage, you send her ass back. Yeah, get her on out of here. Let me. Why ain't this playing? Here we go. Anything ain't gonna play. Let me see videos.
Okay, let's talk about the president.
And if I can get some Hispanics to work on like some landscaping or something to do in the house, and I only got to pay them like $100 for the day, I'm paying them $100 for the day before I go get my head busted overpaying someone $2,500 for what I paid. You know what I'm saying? I paid how much you get that bathroom done for? Oh man, they didn't need the carpet. I done got the whole house recarpeted for $500. All I had to do is get the material. $500. They got the whole house done. I'm paying $500. It's no different than, because if that's the case, then why is y'all buy Apple phones and stuff? Apple's made over in China for cheap labor. But y'all use them damn phones, don't y'all? So don't be mad at me because I'm getting cheaper labor. Hell no. Y'all get y'all clothes from Taiwan, right? Y'all get y'all clothes from Pakistan. Yeah, I'm getting cheaper work. I'm just gonna do it. Trump don't pay his employees. People coming out suing him because he ain't paying. Then damn it, I'm getting cheaper prices too. Why I can't get? Oh, I forgot. Niggers are worse. I'm getting my lower prices too now. I'm not about to be the only person overworking and spending more. No, my name is not Spend Mo. This is one time you don't call me Mo. My name is Spend Less. Not Spend Mo, spend less. Yeah. You said you can do what? You can get all the roots about the yard. You can put that side down. You can put the bricks up, the landscaping, and you can do the concrete. For how much? $200? Say less. Matter of fact, hop in the back of the truck. We gonna go down to the Home Depot. Hop back there. Show me everything you need. Let's go do it. $200 to do all that, and I can go sit in the house and chill. Oh man, come on, man. You know somebody that does painting? How much they gonna paint the house? A whole house for $175? Look, man, I'll make it even 200. I'll make it even 200. You know somebody that can detail cars? Oh, you do? Bring them on through. Matter of fact, bring over everybody you know and line them up and let me know what they do. You speak a little bit of English. Let me know what they do, and I got a job for you. You know what I mean? I spend low. Spend low. I ain't paying more. I'm spending less. I don't have a problem with immigrants, illegal or not. People, the crimes. 99% of the crimes committed in America are by American citizens. Did y'all know that? Did you know that 99% of the crimes committed in America are by American citizens? That's the number they don't ever tell you about. They talk about these illegals committing crimes. Did you know that 99% of the crime is committed by American citizens? It might be like 95, but did you know that over 90% of the crimes committed in America are by its own citizens? There was a mass shooting yesterday. It wasn't an illegal immigrant, it was an American. January 6th, those weren't illegal immigrants, those were Americans. I thought Americans, I could have sworn Americans didn't commit any. I thought they didn't commit any crime. Interesting. Let's continue.
President-elect, who is now preparing for those mass deportations during his first 100 days in office. That's what he says. The plan includes finishing the border wall and pinpointing the first group of migrants to be deported. Right now, several other countries.
Did y'all, I'm a numbers guy. Did y'all know $18 billion was designated to build a wall and only 47 miles was completed, and it's been 8 years? Did y'all know that? There was $18 billion designated for a wall and only 47 miles was built. Did y'all know that? It was $18 billion that was set aside to build some wall, but I thought Mexico was supposed to build the wall. So where's the $18 billion at? It's been 8 years and only 47 miles is built. But But there's illegals coming into the States. But I thought we were building a wall. But I thought somebody else was building a wall. Where'd the money go? Where the $18 billion at? They talking about money that's going over to the Ukraine when it's mainly military aid. Where the 18 billion at? It's only 47. I know people probably thinking, "What you talking about?" I got the numbers. When I'm not watching TV shows, I do my digging. I do what I got to do, guys. I do what I got to do. I do what I got to do. What up, Nina?
Countries are bracing for an influx of migrants. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez is along the U.S.-Mexico border in El Paso, Texas, and he joins me now to discuss. Camilo, so we just said in the introduction to you that he is potentially coming up with a list of who would be targeted first. What are you learning about that?
Well, Vlad, good morning. To carry out what he has promised will be the largest deportation operation in American history. President-elect Trump will likely make significant changes to U.S. immigration policy. We should expect the incoming administration to terminate current Biden administration policies, Vlad, that limit who ICE agents can arrest and deport from the country, allowing that agency to deport a broader population of people who are in the country illegally. Right now, the Biden administration is generally exempting migrants who are undocumented, who have lived here for many years without committing any crimes from deportation. That will likely end. We should also expect the incoming administration, Vlad, to reinstate immigration enforcement at work sites. That will entail ICE agents going into work sites like poultry plants, factories, and the like to round up undocumented workers who, again, are working and living in the U.S. illegally. That stopped under the Biden administration, but is likely to be reinstated. And of course, we have heard the incoming Trump administration talk about the idea of enlisting the help of the U.S. military, Vlad, to carry out this operation.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm interested to see how this is gonna play out, especially like day one. Do you guys just think all the illegals just not gonna show up to work on the 20th? They're just like they not gonna show up. I definitely want to see how this plays out because it's going to be pandemonium out there. For all y'all on YouTube listening to me right now, be prepared to get your work boots on because they telling you to get out. If you were legal and you got a job right now, you're going to be on shifts. You right now, if you're listening to me right now, you about to be on shifts. They about to take you from your regular job. You about to be on roundup duty. You going to get on out there and get out there and you gonna get you some illegals. If you listening to me right now, you better go find you some good walking boots. Get you a maybe I would say hiking boots, but some of y'all live in cities, y'all ain't gonna be on that type of terrain. So get you some good trainers. Get you a Camelback you can fill up with water because you need to be hydrated out there. Make sure you pack a lunch, preferably fruits. But then again, it might be a little expensive to pack fruits because there's not going to be anybody actually out there harvesting the fruits. So, but yeah, y'all about to be out there working. All y'all gonna be like, Mo, we can't join the live today. We on roundup duty. I'm like, well, y'all be all right. Hey, y'all, I need y'all to round up 3 a day at least. 3 a day. You want to be able to go home to your house? You need to round up 3 a day. Y'all about to be working. How many illegals percentage wise you think will actually get deported? Oh man, I think in the first year they'll probably have like 50,000. I think maybe 50,000, no more than 100,000. Yeah, I say no more than 100,000. Is it like officially deported or are we talking about detained? Because being detained and deported is a little bit different. You know what I mean? I think you might get like 150, maybe 200, but there's no infrastructure built to hold all of them because there has to be some way to identify that they are truly illegal. Obviously, if they don't have an ID or anything, but by this time you can get IDs. So there has to be a holding section. Like they got to be able to stage them. They got to be able to document them. So if they ever come back, you know what I mean? So I think as far as deportation, we might see 50,000, but we might see over 100,000 rounded up. But even then, where are they going to hold them at? On military bases? Where like there's people donating land, but there's no facilities out there. It's going to be human rights activists out there. Even though they're illegal, they're still humans. They're still on American soil. Yeah, I say maybe like 50,000, if that. They don't even have a plan. They talking about day one. It's 30 days before they get in here. They don't even have a plan. They don't have a health plan. They ain't got no deportation plan. They ain't got no tariff plan. They ain't got no grocery plan. All they got is concepts. We haven't heard one official plan that the Trump administration has. It's just all been talk. Whenever you go over there and watch these goofy ass conservative channels and shit, they don't have nothing. It's just, man, Trump's a good guy, man. They're trying to bring him down. But the nigga don't have a plan for nothing. It's just all concepts. We talk about 1 million people removed a year. That's what they're trying to do. 1 million. Even under Obama was doing this, and he was doing what, 300,000 a year? Or he did 300,000 in like 4 years, or 1.2 million or something like that, because it was like 300,000 a year. This isn't going to work. We're going to be looking at it. It's going to be a shit show. I'm going to be over here documenting it, laughing, telling y'all, I told y'all months ago it wasn't going to work, but man, we just a small channel over here, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You know, I really do love y'all, but this shit ain't gonna work.
To at least some degree. We actually spoke to border czar Tom Homan, who told us that military planes could potentially be used to deport migrants to their home countries, including Mexico, which is right across this wall, that the military and the Department of Defense could also provide logistical and operational assistance by, for example, helping the Department of Homeland Security set up holding facilities near the U.S.-Mexico border to hold and detain migrants awaiting deportation. And incoming Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller has even talked about the idea of deputizing the National Guard to go out and arrest and deport undocumented immigrants. But of course, as you know, Vlad, all of these changes and policy proposals are likely to face legal, operational, and humanitarian challenges.
Look at that. I told you the humanitarians is going to be out there like, nah, man, you can't just have them out. We already had this when Trump had them in cages. That was already. And then they talk about the kids are missing. Well, that's because they were all in cages when your ass left, and then they all got let out, and we don't know where everybody went. But also, let me ask you guys something. If you're leaving a country, a third world country that doesn't have anything, and you're taking this journey to a country that, let's just, in theory, America has everything you want. The American dream is real when you think about it compared to these other countries. Yeah, you got your bullshit, but let's be honest. I've been around the world, and there's no one with better living conditions besides like Finland and Sweden. There's no one with better living conditions than America. So America is that's the gold standard. All these countries. If you made this journey up here to potentially have that life, if they deport you and you were that close, do you think these people are just going to say, fuck it, we're deported, they're going to come right back. They're going to try even harder to get over here this time, because all they have to do is just wait. So no matter what the deportation plan is, they're always going to continue to come over and try to make it across the border. They're not just going to get deported and say, damn, you know what? They got me. Fuck it. I'm just going to stay down here in Ecuador. No, they about to come up with another plan. There's going to be more people that are getting them across. They're just going to continue to come back. You think they're going to go back there? They left there for a reason. They don't want to be there. The living conditions are horrible. They at least got a chance up here because that American dollar, which everybody was talking about BRICS, which is falling apart, just like I predicted, because them countries, they can't, all those countries are nuisance. They can't work together. Fucking not Iran, India and China, they going at it. China mad at Russia because Russia's sending goddamn tanks down to India, which India is using against China. They're not going to be able to work together. Fucking North Korea is a part of this, and they're just a fucking malnourished country. They don't even stand a chance in this goddamn battle. These people are not about to go back to their home country. They're going to try to get back over here. That $1 that they making, that going home, oh, they living the life. That $50 I'm giving them to do the tile in my bathroom, that $50 back at home is like $1,000. They gonna take those chances. If I get deported again, guess what? Who cares? They deported me. I made maybe let's say I was there for a year. I made $5,000 in a year. I sent that $3,000 back home. I get deported. I get back up. Hey, I'll be back, man. I'm about to try to get back up there for 8 months, get me some work in, make a couple of $1,000, send that back home to the family. They're going to continue to keep coming. You think they about to just get deported? And like, damn it, they done got me, man. Fuck. No, they're going to keep coming back like they continue to come back now. It didn't stop when you was in office the first time. It didn't stop when Biden. It's never going to stop, man. It's never going to stop. Yeah, it's a logistical nightmare. It's going to cost so much money to send them back. We're going to be losing money when I thought we were bringing this administration in to save the money. The Department of Government Efficiency. Nigga, what? We're going to be using all of our military stuff. They complain about military aid being sent to fight a war so we don't have to fight it. But we're going to use all of the military aid here to transport illegals to the border. And Mexico's going to say, wait a minute. This is Mexico, nigga. This ain't Nicaragua. This ain't Ecuador. This ain't El Salvador. What the fuck you bringing them here for? No. And now you got to book flights for them. What airline is about to be like, you know what? Yeah, we'll fly them over there. You want us to fly a whole plane full of illegals on our good ass planes? What airline is about to say they're gonna do that shit? American ain't about to be. We ain't about to give up no 50 planes for you niggas for these free ass flights. Hell no. Delta ain't about to. Man, you better off. Hey, Spirit, what you got going on? Spirit's like, nigga, we going up under. You know, Frontier, it definitely ain't. Man, we can't even put them on Frontier. How goddamn janky that shit is. Hey, put what airline y'all think is about to be like, here go 20 planes. Y'all can use it. What airline y'all think is about to do that? Virgin Atlantic, maybe? Man, Virgin Atlantic ain't doing that shit. Alaska Air, you think they doing it? Get the fuck out of here. Mexico be like, hey, nigga, they not Mexican, bro. What are you bringing them to the border for?
That's right, because under the Constitution, the United States military cannot be used against American citizens on.
We went over that a couple of weeks ago. You can't deputize the military. You can't bring the military into the streets. You can't use the military against the American people. And any general can tell Trump that is an unlawful order and they can't do anything. Well, it depends on who the department. Well, see, that's the only thing about the feds and shit. But legally, any officer or any military member, no. This ain't a lawful order. Nope. We can't do that. See, we have a thing called the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice. And we can't, hey, if it's unlawful, you have every right and you have protections that you ain't got to do it. Nope.
U.S. soil. But Camilo, really quickly, the president has also talked about separating families where you have a child who was born in the United States and perhaps parents who are undocumented. That would face significant legal challenges because as an American citizen, that child would have rights, all of the rights ensured under the Constitution of all citizens in this country.
That is completely right, Vlad. To level set, there are about 4 million U.S. citizen children who are living with at least one parent who is an undocumented immigrant, who is an immigrant in the country illegally. That means that there are millions of children in what we can call mixed status households with varying degrees of immigration categories. And these children obviously cannot be deported because they are American citizens. ICE does not have the legal authority to deport them. But what the president-elect is saying and what his incoming borders are suggesting is that the families can return to the parent home countries together, that if the parent who is here illegally is targeted for arrest, that parent can make a decision to go back to Mexico or whatever that home country is with their U.S. citizen children. And that would be a self-deportation, if you will. It is still an open question, Vlad, if many people will actually take that option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if I'm illegal and my child is legal, and they talking about no, my kid is staying in America. I'm not taking my kid back to that. I left there for a reason. Like, no, oh my God. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. NWA is niggas won't allow that airline to fly illegals out. That's what NWA stands for. Niggas won't allow. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Concentration camps. You remember during World War II, though, they did have not concentration camps. They had camps. They had Japanese camps here in the States. Y'all knew about that? That's pretty much what it's going back to. Y'all knew about that during World War II, the Japanese camps? Yeah, there were Japanese camps here in America. They rounded up all the Japanese who they thought were spies during World War II, and they put them in camps. So, I mean, we're going to see how this plays out. But I'm not, like, if my kid was born here in the States and my kid's illegal, oh, no, my kid ain't going back to that country. Look, you stay with your legal uncle, your legal auntie. They'll take guardianship. I'm going to go back to the country, and I'll be back. Don't worry. I'm sneaking back over here because once they do a sweep of that city and they go to the next one, it's literally going to be like how it was over here. Like, people going to be hiding out. Once they do a sweep of your city, they'll pop back up. Now, they might not be working because they said they're going to be doing sweeps over these industries, but how many agents are you going to have that are going to go in there? I always mention to you guys, I used to do shop surveys. So within my shop survey, when I would go to a shop, it might be a shop from 5 people up to maybe 200 people working in that individual shop. Now, when I go in there and do a shop survey, I'm looking over all the hazardous material that they have. I'm looking over all the training data. I'm going over any hazards that they have, whether it be sound, ergonomics, like air, breathable. So when I do a shop survey, I'm going over everything. So I got to go through their roster, see all their employees, make sure everybody has their training up to date and all of that. But the way that works on the base, a bio shop, there's maybe an average bio shop for one base. Out here in Spain, we had 22 people, but between the 22 people we had at that shop, we probably had about 80 different places that we would have to do shop surveys on. Now, depending on the level of it, if you got a lot of hazards, you got your category 1, your 2, and your 3. Your category 1 must be done, I think category 1 is every 12 months, every 12, 15, and 18 months. So you'd have to do that. But we had those to rotate to go out there and do that. For all of these corporations that are out here, do you know how many agents they're going to have to hire that have to go out there and then go through all of it, all the paperwork, and find out, is there any illegals? Guess what? They're not going to have these illegals documented. They're fucking illegal. They're paying them up under the table. They're not getting paychecks. They're getting cash. So all they're going to do is tell the illegals, don't come to work today. They're going to be, hey, we got the heads up. They're going to be here. Y'all don't come to work for 3 or 4 days or a week, however long it is. And then they're going to pop back up unless you got somebody just sitting there watching. But then that turns the whole corporation into a goddamn plantation. And you got the slave owner Watch it. Where's the illegals at? There go one out there in the field, chasing them down in the field. So it's not going to work. It's just no way that this is going to work. They didn't think any of this through. So that's why I'm telling all of y'all that are listening, y'all going to get y'all some good ass trainers on. Depending on if y'all live by the countryside, you're going to need to get you some boots because they're going to be coming knocking at your door. Wake your ass up. You on roundup duty. That's the only way this is going to work. That's the only way this is going to work. Exactly. That's how it's going to work. All right, we come to your house. How do you know if an illegal lives there? How? Someone please give me an example. How can I go to a house, inspect this house, and know that there's an illegal there if there's no one there except for the legal people? How would I know that there's an illegal in this home if I do my inspection? Let's say, boom, you come in my house right now. You do the inspection. You go in my room, no one in there. You go in my guest room, no one in there. You go downstairs, no one in the laundry room, no one in the storage room. You come up here, you go upstairs. You go into my other room, which is my closet. You go in there, no one's in there. No one's in that bathroom, no one's in the living room. You go upstairs into my loft. You look up there, there's no one up there. You come down here, you come over into here. You see there's no one in here except for me on the computer. You go into my bathroom back here, there's no one in there. Then you go back downstairs, you're writing off, okay, this house right here, house number 45, Mo's crib, no illegals. As soon as you leave and I look and see you down the street turning left, go. I'm bringing the illegals right back over. Just stay out the house, stay down the block, watch them. Okay, they're going to do their sweep. They're gone. Come on back now. What, are they going to be checking every single day? How can you inspect and look for something that ain't there, that ain't documented? You know what I mean? Like, and then when they do come and knock in, hey, open up. Nigga, you ain't got no search warrant. You can't search my house. You see what I'm saying? It's just not going to work. They can't kick doors down because then everybody starts suing the feds. It's just not going to work. It's not. Oh, they're going to be knocking. Y'all say they can't knock at y'all. Matter of fact, let me.
The FBI. Yeah, this the FBI.
I got 7 people that think they ain't going to be on goddamn roundup duty. 7 people, roundup duty. Yeah. Names, IP addresses, got it all. Yeah. They're going to be on roundup duty. Yeah. They talk about y'all ain't going to knock on their door. Go knock on their door. Kick their door in and tell them y'all on roundup duty. Give them their reflective vest and tell them they on roundup duty. Y'all on roundup duty. Hell no. Y'all going to be on roundup duty. Get active. Play 60. Y'all on roundup.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, not least of all that those children would still be American citizens and thus would not have the same rights as their parents in their home country. All right, Camilo, excellent reporting as always, my friend, in El Paso, Texas for us. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Vlad.
And like he said, when you take them back to their home country, that's not their home country. Their home country is America. They're not going to be legal citizens there. They can't just go into the country and live, because then they'll be illegal immigrants into that country. So we will be removing the legals and making them go to a country that they are not from. They are from here, the United States of America. They will be illegals there and get deported from their home country back to America. What kind of sense does this even make? Did anyone think of that? Did anyone think we take the kids that are legal, deport them with their illegal family members to their country? Now they're illegal immigrants in that country and they'll get deported back to the States. Did they think about that part? Hey, you're an American citizen. You can't be here. Send this ass back to the States. And now they're going to tell America, y'all got to pay for this flight for these motherfuckers to come back. Oh, my goodness. That just crossed my mind. Like, thank you for pointing that out. they won't have any goddamn citizenship in those countries. They're gonna have to come back. They don't have visas. They're not about to be like, you can come to Germany for 90 days, but then your ass gotta leave. You become illegal. Now, me, I got my SOFA agreement, so I could be here for a minute, but you know what I mean? Okay, you think it won't happen when you live, Kendall. They said the same thing. They rated Mar-a-Lago. They can get it in your crib. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the immigration, man. We got 3 hours on here. That's pretty good, though. We knocked out a lot. We accomplished a lot, and y'all had me reading a manifesto, too. And they'll get you, Mo, for knowing about this and not saying anything. What they gonna? They can't get me. They can't get me. I work where I work at now. My position is good. I'm solidified. It's gonna take an act of Congress to get rid of the job I work at. Yeah, the Department of Defense, baby. Oh yeah, the Department of Defense. They got to all come together, all three branches. The Marines, well, the Navy / Marines, the Army, and the Air Force. They got to come together to remove where I work at now. Oh, they can't come and take me, baby. I'm solidified, baby.